Thank you so much, Prof. We have one more question from Mr. Muhammad Malami. You can go ahead, sir.
Oh, thank you very much once again. Sorry, initially I thought I would have one question, but then your last comment actually stimulate this question. So, Prof, I watched with keen interest when you mentioned about introducing your kids to the tech world, to the coding and all of that. I don't know if, Prof, you could please give some recommendation as to if one wants to do that, where will he start? How are there any maybe some materials to start reading or some programs to start following? I don't know if you can please shed more light on that and maybe give some recommendations. Thank you, especially for the kids.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this question. How it started was, I have this policy with my kids. I have 10 kids. So first I introduce them to the Quran. They have to memorize the Quran first. So once they memorize the Quran, then I will now introduce them to the digital world. So he memorized the Quran when he was just 2020, that he was 11. So that was when I now introduced him to the digital world. And it started this way. Duba, that is Dr. Ibrahim Duba, who at that time opened a class on WhatsApp about coding to teach kids from 6 to 16 years. Then I have always had this interest on coding. Of course, I learned some programs, Fortran, and other few, programs and all that. But coding a website and all, I had this interest for time immemorial. So I saw this group to be for kids about coding. I said, okay, let me go and learn first myself, then come back and teach my kid. So I joined the group, Dr. Duba's coding class, with kids and elders, of course. So we were introduced to the coding, Mike Mayer's book on HTML and CSS. It is a very good book. I don't remember the name of the book, but it is written by Mark Mayers. It is a very excellent book to start with good explanation and good online exercises. So after learning a few things in the group, I realized that I can continue on my own. So I left the group and continued learning HTML and CSS on my own. And then, because I was here in Saudi and my kid was there in Nigeria, so I taught him online the HTML and CSS. So I taught him online, I put him through, and then he now started. He now continued. So when he continued, I now enrolled him because back there in Zaria, there is a school called Technologi, which they open about coding and all that. So I enrolled him in that school. He got more training there about, Python and HTML and CSS as well. So after that, we opened a website using Blogger so that he can start doing live coding and see how it will appear on a live website. Thereafter, again, I found another area there in Zaria at Kabama. I forgot the name of the institution. It's managed by one Ila, very excellent web designer. So I enrolled him as well for front end. So he went there, learned WordPress, front end development and all that. So that, augmented and strengthened his web design capabilities. So now he has started learning back end. Then at the same time, because I have been asking him, what does he want to do? So he told me that he has interest in robotics. So in robotics, it means he has to, probably like mechatronics would be fine. So there is one of my friend, my high school friend, a genius for that matter, who has been, he has been blessed. He can create a lot of, electrical appliances called Engineer Yahoo. So I went to him and told him that, can I please enroll? Can my kid please be coming over to you on weekends to be learning robotics? He said, why not? He recently created, an electric vehicle. He created an electric vehicle. He created, this automatic hand sanitizer, hand washing machine in which he got a patent for. So I now, joined him with Engineer Yahoo, in which he goes every weekend and learn a lot of robotics. They will program using C++, program Arduino, then create robots, cars, even aeroplanes. They have started working on aeroplanes and using a lot of sensors and all that. And there are a lot of online platforms that your kid can also key into. There is this kid coding for kids, in which your kid can get enrolled. And I think there is this online platform by I think STEM. STEM also, they have an online class for coding for kids as well. STEM, I think they are based in Lagos, but it is online based. So there are a lot of outlets that your kids can be enrolled in this. You just have to look around wherever you are. I am sure you will find many other outlets, because nowadays, as we all know, artificial intelligence is the in thing. Okay, so there are a lot of outlets that one, can get enrolled. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Really appreciate
You're welcome.
it. Thank you.
You're welcome.